So, anyway, enough about sobs. So, playthings. But let's talk about my love life. Can we do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry. Anyway, so I'm looking for a husband. Not that should be such a scary thing. At my age, guys my age, I'm looking for a guy, like I say, between 45 and 55, somewhere in there. Although I'm a little flexible. But
someone who's not scared of commitment, but doesn't need to be committed.
Exactly. And why should a guy at that age be afraid of commitment?
Right.
I mean, come on. But it seems like they all are. I don't know. Go figure. It's like you'd think that guys would have settled down by the time they hit 50, wouldn't you? I don't know. What am I saying? It's crazy. But anyway, so I'm looking for a husband. I mean, he doesn't have to marry me on the first date. Okay, I'm willing to wait a few dates. I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I am just out of a relationship. Although that's a really funny thing, because I'm just out of a relationship here, and this person who to protect his identity, we will call him, let's say, Dan. He's Dan. He is gone now, but a man that I was engaged to up until just recently, and that relationship is over. Although I'm not quite sure he's figured it out yet. And this was the problem with this relationship. It's like this man. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I'm not sure. But this is a man that wouldn't pay any attention to me, It's like, right. And he didn't get it. He would spend all of his time chasing women on MySpace and completely ignoring me. And then he would tell me I was irrationally jealous. And it's like, I would not see him for long periods of time. He wouldn't call me. It's like if I got an email once in a while, I was doing good. And it's like, this is crazy. You claim to be engaged. You claim to want to marry me, but I'd never see him. And it's like he was always on MySpace. And I was like, oh, come on, give me a break here. And so I basically flushed him out of my life, and I don't think he noticed. I think it was about a week later he tried calling me, and I didn't answer. And then this was the extent of his attempt to get back in touch with me after I basically flushed him out of my life. He tried calling me and unsuccessfully tried calling me. He sent me a couple of one-line emails, not even a subject. I mean, this man couldn't even put a subject in. One-line emails, a couple of words, a couple of text messages. Tried calling me unsuccessfully a couple of times. That was what he thought. I think he thought that was paying attention to me. And I'm not even sure now if he realizes that.
No, you have to be physically present.
Yeah. I'm not sure that he understands that I'm not in his life anymore. I think, up until recently, he was still sort of confused about that. And it's like he actually sent me an email. I hadn't seen him now in several weeks, and he sends me an email or a text that said, to please stop giving him stop the nonsense, stop giving him the silent treatment and call him. And it's like, I left you 3 weeks ago and you didn't even notice. It's like, what is that? And he claimed to want to marry me.
Yeah.
And he calls me crazy. I don't know. Okay. So anyway, that's Dan. He is gone. And I know he cannot, he lives on the other side of the state, so he can't get this program, but I know he watches it on YouTube. So he's going to be watching this. I know he will. He'll be checking this out, and it's like, sorry, Dan. See ya. I did like his dog, though. We had a really cute little dog,
and
the dog loved me, and I will miss the dog. But Dan,
and it learned not to scratch my legs quickly, which is important.
But that was tough. I was very seriously in love with this man, and I was prepared to marry him, and he went south on me, and I still, I was never able to get any kind of an explanation from him about why he was never there. Why he was just sort of, it was like he was off in Never Neverland or something. Anyway, he's probably going to sue me now because I'm talking about him, but too bad. So sue me, it's all true. Anyway, so I'm looking for a new man because I'm like so over him. And
I mean, the trans thing should not be an issue because you're post-operative. Unfortunately, with some people, it is. It's the whole past thing, and then they'll get the. It's a tough thing. It is. No matter what, it's a little. It's sort of the skeleton that we have in our closets that we sort of have to divulge because it would be dishonest not to. Right. But I think it also makes us a lot more forgiving of the fatal flaw in others.
Yeah.
I mean, because, top this one. I dare you.
Exactly. Well put.
Tell me your fatal flaw first. I got a doozy.
That's great. But you know what? I think all in all, what we have been through, our life experience, and our trials and tribulations have made us much bigger people.
Yeah.
Much broader people, and much...
pretty strong. Really.
Very strong people. It's like, so don't mess with us. It's hard. We're not fragile by any means. I mean, we may be physically fragile, but emotionally and mentally fragile, we're not.
No.
So don't mess with us. But, I'm just looking for a guy, a strong, romantic, gentle guy that, isn't afraid to be with me and that can look past what I used to be, which, is an unfortunate part of my history, but it is my history. It's who I was at one time, and I'm not going to run away from that. But it's not who I am anymore, and it never will be again. So it's hard, and it takes a very special man, I think, to get past that. But I know there's some out there. I just wish they'd call me. Okay. I'm sorry. I go on and on, but of course, the one night we're taped, so nobody can call. And here I am. I'm looking at the phone. It's like, anyway. But that's my love life. But every guy that I go out with makes me that much stronger, I think. Not that I go out with a lot of guys. It's not like I'm a slut or something, I'm not. But I'm actively dating. So you laugh. I'm trying to actively date anyway.
No, it's just my coffee cup is making obnoxious noises on TV, and I'm just hoping that didn't go out over the mic. It's like, oh, God, okay. I'm so sophisticated. This will help me get a date.
Oh, hopefully your date on Friday will work out, or Saturday will work out. Show him your sports car. Show him your sports car. He'll like that.
Yeah, I want to have that before then.
That's a big plus. Guys like sports cars. Guys like bright shine.
I might need help going and getting my other car back.
Okay.
I can only drive one at a time.
I know, it's tough, yeah. It doesn't work very well.
No, you have to drive a block.
Yeah, walk back
and get it.
It's not a good thing. So yeah, I'll help you do that. But yeah, guys do like sports cars. They're like magpies. They like bright, shiny objects.
Mm-hmm. Of course, and I have to drive it now because it's a rear-wheel drive. I mean, they tell you can put bags of sand in the trunk to get better traction, but you can't get much more than an oatmeal cookie in the back of my car. I mean, the trunk's only this big.
You need some lead, or a dead body. Maybe not.
No.
Okay. Lead is good. To find you some lead to throw in the trunk. Dead weight.
Yeah. I can buy chains just in case I get caught out somewhere. But I'm keeping the other car, and the other car is front-wheel drive. So if there's snow or something.
Yeah.
If I know that there's going to be snow, I can drive the
other car. Yeah.
other car.
Yeah. Be nice.